If I lost everything tomorrow, here's exactly what I would do to start from zero to build up to where I am today. First of all, before creating a budget, I'll track my expenses for 2 to 3 months, or at least go back for the past 2 to 3 months to see where I was spending my money, categorize that into kind of needs and wants, and then surplus spending and saving, and find out where that money is going and where I could cut back if possible. Start to put that into a budget and stick to that as well as possible, reminding myself to be flexible, but also to review on a regular basis to make sure it's not getting out of hand. The second one would be to focus on earning more. There's only so much you can do by cutting your costs before you actually realize that building your income is a lot easier, but also more effective. Cutting out your lattes once or twice a week versus getting a pay rise or a job that pays you an extra £500 a month, whilst isn't going to happen overnight, can have a material difference and allow you to not feel like you're scrimping and saving all the time. So some key points to note here. So I changed career in my 30s, and I did that by learning a high income and high demand skill, and that was getting into tech, and so DevOps. But other areas are that you don't require a degree for would be specifically tech related, would be something like software engineering, web design, that sort of thing. Even social media management, or you can earn a good amount of money either on the side or as a full-time job if you change careers. And all that requires is for you to obviously retrain and get the skills and show that you can show up on a regular basis and get those jobs. If you want to know more about that, do let me know in the comments below. Third thing I'd do is start my pension contributions immediately, and I would put in the bare minimum that I needed to in order to maximize my employer's contribution. Now, if you're employed, chances are if you put in 5%, your employer will match at least 3% of that. So for example, if you were to put in £100 or that 5% was £100, your employer would add £60 to that, giving you a 60% uplift immediately, and that cannot be ignored over a long period of time where it's got time to grow. So I would 100% do that. I ignored my pension until I was in my 30s really. I had about 3 or 4 grand in my early 30s, and I've managed to grow that, and I'm hoping in a couple of years time I'll have passed the 100k mark. 4 would be to invest if I can afford it, but avoid stock picking. Now, I read a great book called Own the World, or How to Own the World, and that book focuses on investing in an exchange traded fund which covers global companies. And so by investing in, say, the Vanguard FTSE All World Index, you're actually investing in over 4,000 companies spread all around the world, rather than just focusing on a single company or single market. And that allows you to kind of hedge against one country doing worse than others and stuff like that. It's a really great book. I highly recommend it. I'll drop a link below. And if you're going to start investing, make sure you do your first investments inside a stocks and shares ISA. That allows you to invest tax-free gains, tax-free dividends, and you can invest up to £20,000 per financial year at the moment in the UK. And finally, keep it boring, not beautiful. You can chase all of the budgeting apps in the world, but the thing that made the difference for me was a Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet. Very, very basic. I built it up over time, but all you need is columns for each month of the year and a row for each type of expense and a little sum at the bottom. And if you are more anal, then you can add in a bit more information or color code it and stuff, but keep it basic. You can even write it down if you really want to, but keep it basic. Don't chase the apps, because the more you're constantly trying to find something new or a better way to display it, the less likely you are to keep up with it. Create a spreadsheet, log into it every single week, and keep it up to date. Rebuilding from zero isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the small stuff consistently over a long period of time, and eventually you get back to where you want to be. Now, the key point in there was around generating higher income. If you can cut your costs, but the more you cut your costs, the more restrictive you're going to feel, and probably more unhappy you're going to feel if you're not able to do some of the things that you enjoy. And so therefore, building your income, you could do that on social media as a side hustle, or like I said, earning a key skill that could generate a new career that would pay you more than what you're currently earning. But the sooner you get started, the easier it gets. You're never too old to change career. We have to work a long time in this country, and so the sooner you start, the better. If you like this sort of thing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.